Okay, so getting back at it again, and I already started on a few things, nothing major. You really need to see, you remember, ow, tripping on stumps. So here's my wire. I went ahead, and hard to see, because all the leaves, and this is all like black sand, good nutrient sand, but went ahead and buried the rest of that. Well, you can see where I started here, but buried the rest of that line, so now I can drive over it and I can get to my trailers and stuff. I just trying to back up in between trailers and whatnot, but now what I'm doing is I got the cord. All I did was run the cord underneath the shed over to this side. I gotta get more electrical because I gotta hook into my other wire here, because I got two wires here. I gotta run one that's going to the shed, and then another one that's gonna run to an outlet here on the back side of this shed. So the outlet here will run this heat cord. So there'll be like a plug right somewhere in here. It'll run this heat cord, and it'll run my other cable for the time being. This plug will probably just be temporary. Well, I don't know. I might leave it. Might leave it just for like an outside plug. But anyway, I'll probably just leave it like I said, leave it like an outside plug. I'll tie into it, and I'll need to run a cord all the way up to the well, which is all the way up there. Can't really see it, but it's up in there somewhere. But anyway, enough of trying to explain that. Trying to get electrical done. Like I said, I'm going to run this into the shipping container. What in the world? I don't know. There's an animal making a noise. Can't tell what it is. Might be able to hear it. I don't know. Can't tell where it's at. Anyway, get it in there so I can run power to my freezers and to my air compressor. So my air compressor is running on a good power instead of just an extension cord, because it draws a lot of power. But I want to do that. I got just enough wire I can run into there and get at least one plug put in. And then other than that, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, so once that's done, I'll bury that line in the ground, because we'll be driving through here and I don't want to be running over the wire and everything. Keep it tucked up underneath and out of the weather. And then, like I say, once we get the house and everything built and where it's supposed to be, then I'll bury the electrical up to the well, because I don't want to bury that right now. I don't want that running through there right now, because I don't have it leveled out yet. And not having it leveled out right now is kind of a pain in the butt, because if I don't have it leveled out and I bury it, and then I'll end up digging it up. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is get back to, I gotta feed that wire through this tube and then basically run it through here into the shipping container. I need to get it hooked up over there, and I won't be able to bury that over there yet until I get my other wire and get it ran and the plug put in over here, and then basically I can go from there all the way up to there. But once this one's set, this will be set, and all my electrical should be technically finished. It's because the only electrical running off that pole will be just everything out here. Oh, I guess I forgot about power down there. I got to run one more plug down there for the for my truck. I want just a 110 outlet down there so I can plug my truck in. So I'll have that on a separate breaker. Just trying to distribute the power between breakers, so that way I don't have as much, that way I don't have all this running off one breaker and then it's popping a breaker all the time, and which has been working out really great, because the only thing I've got on that breaker up there right now, well, is my camper and the well, and eventually the well will come off the camper breaker, so the only thing I'll have on my camper is just on that one plug there is my camper. And I don't need power ran up to my camper because I'm not going to have anything there, so I'm just leaving that one on the pole. That'll tie off or take the power from the well there, drawing power, and I can be able to plug in like a box heater or whatever up there, so I can have the maximum amount of power up to my camper. And it is all 10 gauge wire, all heavy duty wire, running up there, so I should have no problem. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to this and try feeding that through and whatnot. Okay, this is really cool to see. But since this has been tree covered for many years, and this is all sand where we're at, everything's sand, but it's cool to see how all this and how it scoops and everything, it's a little bit tougher because it's like a sand and dirt mix. So a lot of our like cornfields and bean fields and stuff are kind of like that, because of a lot of the stuff that gets put in the ground, and it basically composts and turns into somewhat of a dirt. So a lot of this is like a dirt and sand mix. Now the other thing is right here. I kind of forgot about this, but I got roots in the way. Oh, right here, it's kind of hard to see, but right here is it's concrete. So for some reason, from right here on over to here, so where all these leaves are, I got curious, started digging some of it up, but there's concrete under here. This is all concrete. And it keeps going this way. So I don't know, this concrete was put there by the previous owners. But what we do, well, what we think we know, is there used to be a camper parked here, and people lived out of the camper here. So so yeah, there was a fire pit and everything over here where the where the pasture and stuff is going to be. But I was leveling this out for the shipping container, and one day I stumbled upon this concrete, and I don't know how long it is. I don't know if it was put there so that like the camper could be on the like be on concrete as it was parked here, or if it was a walkway, or what the deal is. So, but now I'm gonna have to I don't know, I'm gonna try to knock this out with a sledgehammer, so we'll see how that works. Okay, so got it buried. All I did was chunked out enough to get it down low enough, as apparently that was pretty thick, but made a channel there so it was level with it. Now I got it running into the container right here. I'm gonna cover that somehow right here, but now I got my cord in here, which have to work for length. I think it actually worked for length. Yeah. I'm gonna put a plug probably right here first in this corner. Put a plug right here. That way I can plug this freezer in, and then if I ever need to run electricity from out of this shipping container, I'll have an another plug there. But yeah, that'll run through there, and then I'll run another two probably right here on this wall, so I can run this freezer. I can plug my air compressor in when I need to, and I'll have probably a couple lights running off of it. Not sure what yet, but figuring that out. But anyway, that's gonna be it for the moment, probably till tomorrow morning, so we'll see you when it's daylight. All right, anyway, I got my truck and the Suburban out here. Just had them running, warming up. I got my oil in the Suburban warming up. I had to put it on the floorboard, down by the vent, and had the heat going. So what I'm going to do is basically just change engine oil and stuff on them. I got to change the serpentine belt on this one, and I got to get the there's a bracket on the rear axle I got to change. I need to get a I need to get my seat cover on the back seat still and stuff like that on the truck. Suburban, just changing oil. That's all it needs done to it. So, but I'm gonna change oil and fuel filter and air filter and stuff on the truck. So, but I'm gonna do the oil in the Suburban first and get that done and over with, and then I'm gonna get on the truck. That's gonna be it on this one. I've done a video on this one before, changing oil and whatnot. I guess if you want to see it again, I could do it again, but yeah, changed oil, topped off the antifreeze. I put stop leak in it, and it worked. It's not leaking no more, or at least I don't see any signs of leaking. But the reservoir was still pretty full before. If we would have done something like that, it would have been basically empty. But or ran it that long without adding antifreeze, it'd been empty. But anyway, yeah, so that one's done. Now I'm going to move on to the truck. All right, this is my 2002 Ram 3500. It's got a 5.9 liter 24 valve Cummins in it. Apparently with a bunch of leaves. But so I'm gonna change oil in it, change the fuel filter, air filter. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. Oil filters on this side of the engine. Fuel filter should be on this side, I think. Right, yeah, there. Fuel filter's there. I don't remember if I can prime this or not. I think it's electronic, so I should be able to just turn the key on and it prime itself. So anyway, but yeah, check all the fluids on this. Make sure everything's topped off. Everything's looking pretty good, but then I gotta change the serpentine belt, which ought to be fun. Should go pretty easily, I would say, but we'll find out. But yeah, I'm gonna get started draining the oil. So these typically on diesels, you know, especially like this is like an old tractor engine. They tend to take a lot more oil than what normal vehicles do. I'm not really sure what this one take. It might take about 2 to 3 gallons. But yeah, filter's here, so I'm gonna unscrew that. The drain plug, let's see, it's on the back side there. Yeah, right there, bottom of the pan there. Which looks like it uses a square bit or just a 3/8 ratchet. It's kind of what it looks like. So I'm gonna start draining the oil. While I'm draining the oil, I'm gonna change the air filter and change the fuel filter. And the fuel filter, like I said, is up here. Uses a socket. It unscrews, and this is what it will look like. So you'll pull the old one out, put the new one in, put the new O-ring in, oil filter, and then my air filter. Just a square air filter. So I'm gonna get those put in, and like I say, I'm gonna drop the oil. And while that's draining, I'm gonna change the you know, all the filters. So, you know, by the time it's done draining, I can put the plug back in it and keep moving along. So let's get started on that. Okay, now I can get this thing set up right. I'm going to change the belt. We'll see how easy this is gonna be. Oil change was good. Everything went smoothly. Fired right up. Had to top off the antifreeze a little bit. Let's see. Other than that, I mean, I just got to check the oil one more time after I just run it. Other than that, I've got to get in here and get this belt off, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that. It looks like a 3/8, and I have a longer 3/8 ratchet. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh. There we go. Go. There we go. That's right. That was good one. Yeah, I got going. Real fast. So, we're going. Oh, that's good. Everything go. Keep saying it. Go. That. Good. Put around there. Oh, okay. What's that here? No. There it is. Here we go. Now. It doesn't look like it's going to fit. All right, there's this axle bracket I got to put on. So I first got the truck. I noticed that well, it wasn't until. All right, try this again. Anyway, bracket. I need a socket. I need my impact. All right, so there is these U-bolts underneath the truck. They'll hold the leaf springs to the axle. And when I got home, one of these U-bolts had snapped in half. It rusted through on this bracket. Well, as you can, I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, see, there's a hole right there. This bracket's pretty rusty. Well, I had ordered a bracket and the U-bolts, and when the bracket came, it wasn't the right bracket. So I had to do some more research, found the right bracket. Now, all I gotta do is change that bracket out, and that'll be that. I just, these 4, U-bolt nuts, and should be good to go. Alright, well, that wasn't going as planned. Somehow, I don't know how, but the nut That one was fine until I was trying to get the nut off this side, but somehow the nut got jammed on there. So I'm gonna have to see if I got a tap and die to see if I can fix that. So we'll see if I can fix it or not. Alright, so I got it on. I did have, luckily, I got a tap and die set. I did have the right tap and die, so I was able to fix the threads and get it on. So that part's done. I'm gonna pick up my tools and stuff because I'm done with them, and I'm gonna work on getting my seat cover on.